You gotta love sports. Tiger Woods done for the day at Augusta, and round one at the Masters, a huge success. In Tiger's first tournament, an official round of golf, since the Masters in November of 2020, Tiger looked like Tiger. There didn't seem to be any physical issues that impacted his play or walking. It was like the February 2021 car accident didn't even happen. Outfitted in a bright pink shirt, Woods was classic Tiger. Tiger finished up at -1, right in the mix after day one. How about it? You gotta love sports. He had 3 birdies, just a couple of bogeys, and overall really solid on the day. We also got those vintage Tiger moments. Coming within a few feet of a hole-in-one on the 6th, and then hitting an impossible shot from the Pine Needles to just off the fringe of the green on 14. This is what you live for. Tiger at Augusta. Just an amazing sight to see Tiger Woods playing golf again, let alone playing at the level that we've all come to expect from the greatest golfer of all time. It's Showtime, literally. Shohei Ohtani is on the mound this evening for the Angels as they open up their season on baseball opening day against the Houston Astros. Shohei Ohtani is going to be at the top of the Angels batting order as well. And never, ever, ever take this for granted. In addition to his unreal speed and outfield arm and breathtaking defense when he's in the field, Ohtani, of course, coming off the most unique and celebrated season in baseball history. There's a reason why no one has pitched and hit simultaneously same season since Babe Ruth. It doesn't happen. And, look at these numbers for Ohtani as a pitcher. It's not like he sported a 4.5 ERA. I mean, this cat had it going on. Ohtani won the MVP for doing everything and put up Cy Young numbers in the process. Ohtani's on the cover of Time magazine, and that's kind of sensational. Exactly what baseball needs for buzz and marketing. He's all over social media and TikTok for the kids, and he's also the second best player on his own team. Oh yeah, Mike Trout is here too. Dear sports gods, please let Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani stay healthy. Let's get the Angels into the playoffs. Ohtani is a freak in the face of baseball, but let's also remember that no player, and I mean no player, in the history of baseball is off to a better start in his career than Mike Trout. And I wouldn't have to sell that to you if the Angels were relevant through the Trout years and made it to October baseball. Tonight, obviously, it's 1 of 162. It's a marathon. But I'm picking the Angels to win the AL West and to get to that aforementioned coveted goal of the postseason, which has been something that seems like a foreign concept for over the last few years. The Astros are the conventional wisdom favorite, no doubt about that. But tonight has a chance to be a harbinger of things to come with the superstars, the unicorns, the legends out in the OC. The World Series champs look to begin their quest for another title tonight when the Braves raise their 2021 banner. Listen, that was one of the most unpredictable rides I've ever seen to a championship for a variety of reasons that we documented throughout last year. The Braves, they're solid this season. I just cannot see another fall classic. I can't. Now, the Braves are a different team. Some areas, let's be honest and fair, they're better. I love Matt Olson. He's a stud. I'd argue he's better than Freddie Freeman, but is he going to be as good as Freeman come playoff time or when it comes to leadership? We'll see. I mean, that infield you see on the screen is really strong. No Ronald Acuna Jr. to start the season, still recovering from that torn ACL that kept him out the entire second half and in the postseason. The rotation is solid, not superb. Good. Here's the big key. I just think there are better teams. I think the Braves can make the playoffs. I picked them to make the postseason yesterday. I think they finished third when you look at the NL East. The Phillies offseason was awesome. Mets too. I like these teams, the Mets and the Phillies. I picked Philly to win the division more than I like Atlanta on paper. The Dodgers, looking at the league, are going to be a machine. Dodgers going to win the World Series. The Brewers are better than the Atlanta Braves, and don't sleep on the Padres. You got to remember, the first 4 months of last baseball season, Atlanta at best was just a shade above average. Hey, they caught fire at the right time and good for them, but that doesn't mean I have to drink the Kool-Aid for 2022. I was thinking about the New Orleans Saints. They hold those 2 picks in the middle of the first round after that trade with the Philadelphia Eagles this week, and look, they would be smart at 16 and 19 to take an offensive lineman and a wide receiver with those picks. Now, if Mickey Loomis wants to trade up to number 5 and take a quarterback like Willis or Pickett, and we talked about that on Monday when they made the deal, they've got the ammunition with those picks, with the second-round pick, the third-round pick, to go ahead and go up and do that. But Mickey Loomis had that classic 2017 draft. Talked to him about it on the Adam Schein podcast. It was an all-timer where they were able to draft impact starters. I get the sense that's on his radar, where you can plug and play a left tackle, you can plug and play a number 2 receiver. That's going to be the sweet spot for those positions in this draft. If that happens, I still love a quarterback at number 5 if they make that trade up with the Giants. If that happens, where they go and stay with those picks in the middle and go with an offensive tackle and a wide receiver, we're talking playoffs for the New Orleans Saints. How about our guy Sam Darnold, who told our friends over at Barstool Sports yesterday, I know I'm a good quarterback. I've proved it. As the great George Costanza once said, it's not a lie if you believe it. Sam, you haven't proved it. And I've always defended Sam Darnold. I loved his talent, loved him coming out of USC, loved him, and I was dead wrong after the Jets traded him to the Panthers. I thought he got Jets for all those years, and Gase his final few years. Sam Darnold's done nothing. And this board is courtesy of our chief researcher, the great Brian Coyle. It's hilarious, and it's funny, and it's accurate, and it's true. Not pictured on the board. He also makes our researcher, Panther Sean, cry. You know, I was thinking about our guy Luka Doncic, thinking about him watching the Mavs last night, thinking about him going to sleep last night, thinking about this pass. I mean, this is one of the great all-time passes. Hyperbole? I mean, all you need to know is Patrick Mahomes retweeted this and said, that's unbelievable. That's Patrick Mahomes. So, after the dust settled on the pass in the game, I was thinking about it. You look at Luka, you look at the Mavs, you look at just how majestic they have been, 21-7 since February the 4th. Honestly, I think they can beat anybody in the Western Conference. The only team that I would pick right now over them, if the season ended today, and by the way, it ends on Sunday, would be Phoenix. But I think sky's the limit for the Mavs because of Luka Doncic. The Dodgers are without question the favorite for the World Series. And this dominant, clutch, likable team is going to win it all. Give me my New York Yankees, your New York Yankees, our New York Yankees over the LA Dodgers in 7 games. The Dodgers are winning the World Series. The LA Dodgers are going to get over the hump and win a championship this year. I am obsessed with the talent here, and I'm going to take the Dodgers to beat my Yankees in a classic World Series. Welcome back. Time to shine. I've believed in the Dodgers to make the World Series literally every season on Time to Shine since 2017. And you heard me yesterday. I picked them to go to the World Series, obviously, and win the whole thing this year. Honestly, I'm even higher on them this campaign. John, the oven mitts, please. Thank you, John. Let me tell you something right now. The 2022 LA Dodgers lineup is going to go down in history as the greatest lineup ever in the history of Major League Baseball. The LA Dodgers. This is not the LA Dodgers. It's the National League All-Star team. I mean, look at this embarrassment of riches. Mookie Betts is the most exciting player in the game. Freddie Freeman. They signed Freddie Freeman. Full season with Trey Turner. Max Muncy. That funky Muncy. The DH, I mean, it's almost unfair. Will Smith getting jiggy with it. No slap hitter there. Will Smith can drive the baseball. Chris Taylor, CT3, brings so much to the table. Justin Turner, look, I still believe in Cody Bellinger. I know he had a terrible spring, terrible season last year. And look at what's in this lineup. I mean, they have stars galore. It's incredible. And you saw Gavin Lux at second base. I mean, this guy once hit 360 in Oklahoma City in AAA. I still believe in our guy, Gavin Lux. Look, this team is loaded. They can withstand injuries. And who do you want to stack them up against? That fraud Babe Ruth? Lou Gehrig? Why don't you win something, Lou Gehrig? I mean, please. You know, Babe and Lou, as great as it gets. Obviously, I'm a diehard Yankee fan. I understand history. You know, I wasn't around. There was no time to shine in 1927. But this is regarded, obviously, as a great all-time lineup. But Dodgers going to be better than the 27 Yankees. How about the 76 Reds? The big red machine, as majestic as it gets. Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, Johnny Bench, Tony Perez, George Foster, middle of that lineup. Oh, Dave Concepcion, not only a really good hitter, but a phenomenal shortstop. I mean, this team had it going on. Griffey Sr., that to me was always the standard. Dodgers going to be better. I want to stress again, Trey Turner full season. I was obsessed with these Indians as a Yankees fan, afraid of these Indians. Albert Bell was a monster. I mean, look at Manny Ramirez and Jim Tomei. I mean, Paul Sorrento used to hit bombs. Sandy Alomar, Kenny Lofton, Omar Vizquel, Carlos Baerga at the top. End of the career for Eddie Murray, but he still had it going on. And this Dodger team, I mean, this is what they did last year. And I want to stress again, Trey Turner was only there for a cup of coffee after the big trade, after the trade deadline. They put up these numbers, these rankings, and Cody Bellinger literally didn't hit his weight. So I think we are not only looking at the Dodgers as a World Series winner, and the Dodgers are loaded, the bullpen, the rotation, Buehler, Kershaw, Urias. I mean, it's tremendous. This lineup is a juggernaut. I predict we're looking at the best lineup when it's all said and done in baseball history. John caught them both. That's hot stuff with the oven mitts. Let's shout out to baseball on opening day. Hey, we had the rare opening day trade with the Padres sending Chris Paddock to the Twins for reliever Taylor Rogers, who, by the way, Taylor Rogers is on my fantasy team. So besides that, the big takeaway, the Twins are making moves. I just love the fact that the Twins are going for it. Love their offseason with Carlos Correa. Love what they did with the Yankees trade with Gary Sanchez. Paddock, look, I think he can flat out pitch. The Padres had a glut of excellent pitchers, solid pitchers. They made the Manaea deal we talked about earlier in the week. So this feels like a win-win. I like Rogers as well. But the big takeaway, I love this deal for the Minnesota Twins. The Guardians, yeah, that's going to take a few weeks to get used to. The Guardians locked up superstar third baseman Jose Ramirez to a 5-year, $124 million extension. Ramirez had a career year last season, 36 homers, 103 RBI, 27 steals. Ramirez, only one of two players last year with at least 35 bombs, 100 RBI, and 25 steals. The other, my guy, Shohei Ohtani. So good job by Cleveland. We have great news, bad news for the Pittsburgh Pirates today. The great news, they actually paid money to a bright young player. They locked up a key youngster in Ke'Bryan Hayes, who's a tremendous young talent. 8-year contract, $70 million. Charlie Hayes' kid. The bad news, I mean, you can't make this up if you tried. Opening day this afternoon, and Hayes left the ball game with a left wrist injury, diving for a ball. You can't make it up. First play of the game, also struck out in his first at bat. I mean, if it wasn't for bad luck, the Pittsburgh Pirates would have none at all. You You can't make it up if you tried. And finally, the Mets kick off the season tonight with an opening day starter, Tyler McGill. I mean, all the big names, all the trades, the offseason buzz. You got DeGrom on the shelf. Scherzer is going to pitch tomorrow. Chris Bassett, I like him a lot. Look, I think the Mets are going to be excellent this year, even with the DeGrom injury. Buck Showalter changes everything. A phenomenal manager. Mets are going to beat Washington tonight. Mets will make the playoffs.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.